Sunday! It's the first Sunday after Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Quit Stalling Geekcast. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre. Welcoming you to the Quit Stalling Media Studio. Boy, oh boy, it's time for your favorite weekly podcast. Weekly? Podcast where we talk about all things geek and pop culture. Do we have a special episode today? Because we have a returning co-host with us. And I'm just feeling the holiday spirit. I'm feeling the holiday cheer. And it's been a while since I've been this into the holiday season. You know, I've enjoyed the presents under the tree. I've enjoyed the red elf hats and Santa coming along, eating all my milk and cookies. But drinking my milk and eating my cookies. But that sounds dirty. And we got other dirty people to talk about on this show today. Speaking of whom, let's kick things off right. Let's get things started properly with who am I gonna pick? Who am I gonna pick first? Let me get the background music. Let me get the bed music playing. Let's start with let's start with the man everyone's familiar with, except for the people in chat today. We've missed this guy. He's known as the Chosen One. It's Juancho Saldana. How you doing, Juancho?
What's up, guys? It's good to be back, even though I only missed 3. I swear. I think I
3
did.
months?
3 shows, my guy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but it's good to be back. I'm sure the show was way too positive without me. But you have these 2 yes men here. You know, yes, that was good. Yes, I love the sequel trilogy. Oh man, Iron Fist was so good. Yeah, no, we got to tone that down. So it's good to be back, guys. Pretty hyped for this show.
Iron Fist was the most amazing of the Netflix shows. I can't. Sensei humor all the way in the West Coast. How you doing, Derek?
Kodichi, what is up, everybody? Wishing you all a happy holidays. Oh, you guys, it feels weird today. I think I'm just scared that we're, like Harold said, we're finally going to get attacked. We're going to get showed today. But, you know, we miss Juancho. I miss Juancho. I'm just so happy, you know, that we got our boy back, you know, after so long. I actually thought I was going to say, hey, I haven't seen you in a whole year. But one more week would add it. One more week. I would have said last time I saw you was last year. But oh, well. But nonetheless, guys, I'm excited for what we're talking about today. So spin your lassos around and take a seat, because it's gonna be interesting, I think.
We didn't really hear that theme song, did we?
It had like a remix. It was like a remix. Yeah, it was like a remix version.
It wasn't that noticeable though, right?
No,
like it wasn't.
No, man.
It wasn't as.
You can't
like
have a theme song. Yeah, you can't have a
driving.
theme song and like change it up like the second movie. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't done well. We'll talk about Wonder Woman in just a little bit. All right, because we start the show off the same way every time, and I'm gonna remix it just for the holidays, because I am curious. Everyone in the chat, everyone at home, and Derek and Juancho, my question for you guys this week is, what have you gotten for Christmas? Let's change things up. What are the things you enjoyed and liked about Christmas? What did you get? I'll kick things off. You know, since this is
all right.
Since this is new, let us know in the chat. What did you guys get for Christmas?
Yes, let us know, chat.
I've had this Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi Black Edition. Derek, you're familiar with these, the Hasbro ones. I've had this for a couple of years. Because I love me some Luke Skywalker. That's no secret, right? That's no secret here on the show. I love me some Luke Skywalker. The thing is, though, this Luke, you know, face sculpt isn't really the best. If you squint hard enough, it kind of looks like Mark Hamill. All right, but it's not the best. And I was gifted by the same person who gifted this to me. I've been gifted a SH Figuarts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker, which has an amazing face sculpt. I'll bring it up on screen for the people watching at home.
You know, low key, I thought you were gonna be like, you know how sick that would have been if you were like, man, I had this Mark Hamill thing for a while. What better than the real thing? Mark, get in here. You know, I thought like, dude, that'd have been
Great
so
things,
awesome.
Everyone.
Yeah. Dude, that would have been.
Oh man, that would have been great.
One day we'll have that happen.
One day.
I know you're watching, Mark. Just make it happen. Come on.
He's busy right now, so we're gonna wait for his schedule. So here's the thing, right? So it doesn't look like the most Luke Skywalker thing ever, but the newer version that I'm getting does, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The one I have is on the right on the video feed, and the one I have is on the left. So it's kind of day and night. It's kind of a stark contrast. So I'm super excited to be getting the new version.
It looks
Japan
like
knows
he's
how to
doing
do it.
this guy in a little, he's doing the thing on the one.
The new one doesn't have a chest flap.
Oh, it does. It does. I think it's interchangeable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, got it.
Just like this one. This one's also interchangeable. So like you just pop it out and then pop it back in.
Oh, that's
like
pretty cool.
They're different. There's like a different head as well. You can have like the windswept version of when he was on Jabba's barge.
Oh, wow.
It's ridiculous. Cool. The detail these people get in what is it, 6 inches of an action figure. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. That's
super excited for that. And then I also got like everyone, like every good little boy and girl for the holidays, I got some money. So I'm pretty happy about that. I got some money, man. Yeah, I got some money, man. So
there you go.
I'm pretty happy about that. How about you guys? What did you guys get for the holidays?
I'll go first because mine's pretty very I got underwear. Very happy about that.
Okay.
Very happy about that.
At our age, Juancho, underwear is like one of the best gifts you can get for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're old. That's exciting for me too, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Literally, I'm like at that point in my life where I'm actually net negative in the holidays. I'm giving more money away than I'm getting, so it's that's kind of where I'm at. But the thing is too, though, the thing is what made this Christmas memorable for me is it was the first year that Aiden really could do all these tradition stuff. So he actually left out milk and cookies for Santa, and I had to go down and like eat the cookies and drink some of the milk. So.
Oh, do you have him like write a letter to Santa?
Yeah. He has a letter to Santa right next to the. It's funny. He wanted a Nintendo
Look around
Pro
first.
controller. That's what he wanted.
I wanted a
picture. I
Pro
posted on my
controller?
Instagram. Yeah, he did. Because we play like a ton of Switch games together, and he sees my controller. And it's like this Xenoblade Pro controller, and I showed him there was a Smash one, and that's what he really wanted for Christmas. And I was like, oh, it's really hard to find. I'm sorry. And but I found one and I bought it, and I just told him, and I put it like special. It was like specially wrapped. It was from Santa, so I can't take the credit. But,
right.
Yeah.
He's like, I knew Santa would get it. You doubted, Dad, but Santa got it for me. Suck it.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
No, yeah, like, and then we literally played Smash right after, and I like just lost on purpose, just so, you know.
It's Christmas.
I thought you would have like, and then I kicked his ass just to humble him, just to bring him back down to earth.
No, what he really was saying is that I let him win, but he really did lose. I've heard Aiden's quite the challenger, man. So I don't know.
No, trust me. Like, that's how we settle debates at home. It's like one-on-one FD, and then if you lose, you have to go do your homework. I'm not even kidding. That's literally how we settle disputes.
Juancho, when you play against Ira, is she on like a 99-0 winning streak? Have you when you try to settle arguments, you're just like, yes, dear.
No,
yes, dear.
I am the man of the house, and I just down smash.
You get your butt.
I was gonna say this sounds interesting. I
I
feel like when we lived together, that was like Derek, right? Whoever loses has to do the dishes, and I always lost. I like that. That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome, man. I like that.
Derek, at any point did your controller feel like it wasn't working properly? I'm just wondering.
Just like see him at the corner of his eye, like it's like unplugged in the front. Oh god.
Go into chat real quick, guys. Super quick. Watch out, because I still want to know if you got anything else cool. That's cool. King Tiger says Luke is now Sebastian Stan E. Like, he really does look Sebastian Stan-y.
I know.
Don't start.
I really do enjoy that. I hope Sebastian Stan still gets to play him. Who knows?
One day,
man. Even in a video game, I don't care. Actually, I would like a video game much more these days. King Tiger says the figure has the nice black eye when Mark Hamill had his accident during Empire, which is he had a pretty gnarly accident back then. And then Francis says, "Why did the windswept version of Luke in the action figure look like Cole Sprouse?" I'll bring it back up. It does kind of look like Cole Sprouse, doesn't it? Like a little Zack and Cody.
It's the sweet life, man. It's just what it is when you're a toy.
I love it.
Kind of does.
I love it.
Kind of does. The black eye. I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then Sam says he's got that Disney bowl cut. And Sam got socks for Christmas. That's awesome. See, another thing that I took for granted as a kid, but now as an adult, I'm just like,
Actually, I have too many socks. I'm still sick of socks after too many.
Oh, you're still? Oh man,
yeah,
I love socks.
I get socks like throughout the year, so it's like, maybe I should just wait. Then I'll feel happier on Christmas. But
maybe,
yeah,
maybe. Dude, like when I get socks that are like really cool patterns or like have a like nice design, I get super excited for those. And then chat, let us know what else you guys have gotten for Christmas. I'm super excited to find out. Derek, Juancho, did you have anything else? I'm so curious.
No, that's it. Just glad I got underwear. I'm sad I didn't get socks because the more socks you have, then you can push off laundry day. The more clothes you have. That's literally the only reason why.
True. You gotta do it in a group, otherwise it's wasted water.
But what about you, Sensei? I'm pretty sure you got a ton of cool stuff.
Toys.
I did. Before the show, chat, that was my birthday the next day, so I also got, I did get the Oculus Quest 2, so that's been awesome. Some of you guys have been seeing me try it out on stream. Very glitchy at a lot of points, but I feel like overall it's fun, man. I've had a lot of fun playing it. Been actually playing with that the most, probably out of everything. I got a stream light, so that finally is not a bootleg lamp that just faces the wall. I got a lot of I feel like quality of life things. So a lot of stuff for like stream. I got a lot of Star Wars shirts this year. A lot. For some reason, my family thinks I'm still 2. But I love them though. It's cool, man. It's house shirts. It's fine. I'll take them. There's a lot of.
Are you saying the shirts were undersized? Were they too small?
No. It's just, dude. They're like the designs were kind of like. I was like, this is. Oh my god, it's fine.
That's the kind of stuff you wear on stream, though, right?
No, I know exactly. It's more stream shirts, so I'm happy with that. I did get a new hilt for.
Bring it up.
Bring it out.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
I have to go find it after this, but I'll find it. But it's definitely the Sauce Ventresses. And then my present I bought for myself has not arrived yet. The really expensive lightsaber. So that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Hey man, don't mumble that. You said you'd be proud. You'd be proud. What was that? What did you get yourself? I heard that.
I bought myself like a freaking $700 lightsaber, dude. Oh god. So if people in chat follow Star Wars Theory, he actually did a video on it. The Star Killer one. I got the literally exact one. So it has like 20 plus different sound fonts, and like whatever font you have or it's on, the blade will change color accordingly. It's really cool. Like I watched that vid probably like 10 times before I was like, okay, do I really want this? But like the sweeping motion alone bought me. It like literally moves to every movement like exact. So yeah, I kind of spoiled myself too much on Christmas, but yeah.
Dude, Star Wars Theory looks like the unholy love child of Nick Kroll and Chris Kattan. I can't not look at him and just be like, this guy looks like his own
somebody
person.
too. I know, yeah. Like he looks like someone that I can't put my finger on, but that was a good one that you chose. But
here, let me bring it up. He looks like Nick Kroll, like he.
Well, while Harold brings that up, King Tiger said which brand of the lightsaber? It's Corbanth, I believe. It was his Star Killer one, and dude, I just fell in love with all the sound fonts that he was like cycling through, and he actually. So it's weird though. Star Wars Theory actually has a lot of the lightsabers I have already, and he was like showing them on stream, comparing it with the Corbanth one, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. I was like, well, I'm bought. So yeah, I bought it.
Dang, dude, that torque money must be coming in hot.
Dude,
dang.
It is funding his obsession for Star Wars.
I guess. Sadly, I there's no money involved with the twerking, so it's just humiliating for me. but it's okay.
Can we upgrade
yes,
the twerk
also,
to like a
I'm
bit
sorry.
cheer? Can we
forgot to
upgrade
say-
that to a bit cheer?
We probably could do that. Yeah, I might make the push-ups that because apparently you guys like to kill me. But I forgot. Sam brought up a good point. You guys, Sam in chat at Sapisato made me crazy cool commissions, like showing a Star Wars one and also one for my stream. Oh my god, worth every.
Wait, let me bring it up. Let me bring it
I
up
almost
so we
said
can talk
Penny.
about it
Almost
properly.
said Penny. Oh my gosh, you guys got to contact her. She did my emotes too. I mentioned before. Super awesome. I was so happy to get those. I actually want to put them on my background somewhere, but I'm not really designy. So I gotta figure out where they go. My room is so messy right now, man. But yeah, that was a really cool gift. So thank you for that, Sam. That was worth it. You guys does a lot of cool stuff. Definitely check out her stuff, her art, and she will not disappoint for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It looks
That was
great.
super
Very
cool.
sick.
I got this cool Star Wars hat too. But
So why did
I got a
curved
I got a
blade?
Am I the only
Christmas
one-
item on Christmas. Okay, sure.
Am I the only one without a Star Wars hat? Is that?
I know, go-
I
you
did
should
not
get a
know
hat.
that
Or
was
a
the
Christmas
requirement to be on the show.
You don't have a
Just get a
Christmas
Christmas
hat
hat.
either.
Just get a
Yeah,
Christmas
you-
hat.
All
Yeah,
right.
you have like any.
I'm like the
else
Grinch
hat?
this Christmas, you know.
This Christmas.
This year.
We love you, dude. We love you.
Dude, you should.
I'm so
you should
glad
have,
you're
I'm
back.
surprised he didn't. Wancho got a cool like Minecraft sword. I think that was cool.
I mean, Aiden's.
No,
Minecraft.
His son.
Aiden slash mine. Yeah, I thought it was
So
pretty cool.
Francis,
But yeah, I mean,
guys.
pretty much that's it.
Francis in the chat says, for Christmas he bought himself an iPad and an Apple Pen so he can make voxel art even easier.
Dude, that's sick.
I can't wait to see those streams, Francis.
Oh, he also got an iPhone from. I saw it somewhere. Oh, Gwen got him an iPhone SE 2020, a few pocket
nice.
operator synths for making music, and he got him he got her the vinyl player and a DIY music box. Dang.
Yeah. Ballin'.
That's
These guys
awesome,
are
man.
balling for Christmas. That's sick.
That's so sick.
King Tiger says, The Office sent us a Christmas basket in a plastic container with wheels. It's a little
Oh, that's
mobile, a little Christmas mobile there. And I was more stoked for the containers than the food stuff. Very adult-like. It's very adult-like. Yeah, man, like, I got a bunch of cool stuff from my company as well. It was really great. Like, my boss also got me, like fancy, like, adult, like a Smirnoff, some grapes and some cheese, and I felt so fancy. I was just like,
Damn.
yes, this is what I normally have at night. Some crackers and some cheese. Yes.
I applaud this gift.
yeah.
Thank you. I'll take
Yes,
it with
yes.
gratitude. Yeah.
I appreciate this very much. You will receive a thank you note in the mail very promptly. It was awesome. I think I totally missed out because I don't like to brag, but I gotta bring it up anyway because it's you guys. It's you guys. At my company, I won. I got another amazing Christmas gift. My peers voted me as Rookie of the Year at our company.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice,
So
man.
it was a
Congrats.
really nice treat because I had no idea a 30-year-old could be eligible for Rookie of the Year. I was like, I'm the oldest rookie here. Yes. It was great. It was super sweet, and they all messaged me right after, like congratulating me. I was just like, what? Like, you guys set me up for success. How could I fail? Because they're like really amazing coworkers, and I was really lucky to have a team like them. Teams like them, because I was
awesome,
involved
man.
with 2 different teams. Yeah, it was really great, and I firmly believe, like, here on Quit Slang, like, I wouldn't have gotten Rookie of the Year if it wasn't for everyone else, because if I wasn't supported the way I was, there's no way I would have thrived the way I did. And just like with Quit Song, like, if it wasn't for guys like Juancho, Derek, DZ, Heisengard, all these guys, Erica, Carrie, Mick, Elgin, like, if it wasn't for all these guys, like, none of this stuff would be as cool as it would be. So yeah, like, a very small cheesy note to kick us off is, thank you guys, and I wanted to show a lot of appreciation, and that's why I kind of got everyone, like, Christmas gifts as well. They got something in the PMs, to choose from. So it was super awesome. I love you
Greatest
guys.
gift of all is friendship.
Oh!
Family.
But
Family,
friends are the
us as
family that you choose.
That's what I'm saying. The friends of us that are family.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What?
That's what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are not friends, you're family. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like obviously my family is important too, but like I'm saying like you guys are not friends, you're family.
Yeah,
The greatest
Vin
gift of
Diesel.
all.
Okay.
That's right.
They should make
That's
a
right.
word like that, like friends family. There should be like a combined friendly. I'll forget it.
That reminds me of like freaking what's his name?
Ohana.
Korg trying to like
Ohana, there you go.
combine words when Thor first meets him.
Yeah, I'm just like trying to think of like a friend and family. Whatever. You guys get it. That's the point.
Oh, and King Tiger says he finally replaced his gaming chair with an ergonomic chair, and it feels way
Nice.
better. That's excellent,
Nice.
dude.
Smart.
Seriously smart.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Thank you, Francis. He's congratulating me for Rookie of the Year. Yeah, man. Like it was really awesome, and it's the only. I was told it's the only award you win once, because you can't win it again. So I was like, that's really awesome. So
I mean, you could quit and go somewhere else and be Rookie of the Year there. Just saying.
that's true, because that's kind of what happened, right? That's kind of what happened anyway. All right. Keep letting us know what you guys got for Christmas. I'm so excited to find out. I'm super hyped that people got the toys and the cool stuff they wanted, because man, never grow up. I think that's something our generation is bringing forward. Is
Yes.
you know that childlike wonder into adulthood, and it's made us a lot cheerful. A lot more cheerful than other generations that I've seen. I'm just saying. Yeah, not to knock on older generations, but okay, guys, we want to talk about things like the Star Wars Lego Holiday Special this 2020. We want to talk about things you might have missed so far the past couple of weeks. But there's one thing that's very pressing on my mind, Derek, Juancho, and that's a movie the three of us have all watched in preparation for this
Yes.
episode. And it is the only superhero movie we got in 2020. And it's Wonder Woman 1984. So I think it's time to talk about it. You guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Oh, this is too chill. I think this is too chill. Let me pick out a better song.
That might have been a good tone for the movie.
Oh.
That movie was anything but chill. What are you talking about?
True, actually, you're right. So make it do like a really annoying song.
Oh my gosh. All right, let me see it. Is this?
Wasn't Birds of Prey this year?
It was. Actually, was that this year or last year? Now I'm confused.
I think we talked about it last year. No, it was 2020.
Yeah.
January.
I mean, I don't blame you for forgetting, guy. I'm just saying.
Hey, I enjoyed that. Okay, my girl crush was in there.
Let me,
Well, one of my
let
girl
me
crushes
rephrase.
in there.
Okay, let me rephrase. Our first superhero movie since the pandemic. All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
Justice League Dark came out during the pandemic, I believe, and that was really, really good.
Our first live action superhero movie.
See, guys, this is the quality you get when I'm not here.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about Wonder Woman. Do I have a soundbite for this? I know I have one somewhere here. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That was pretty loud. Okay. Oh no, this is the one we should. Oh my gosh. Sorry, this is the one we normally use for this.
Holy spoiler alert!
There we go. Spoilers are abound, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman 1984. It's going to be spoiler filled. We're not going to pull any punches, whether it's the review or the content inside. If you have not seen it yet and don't want to know anything about it until you've seen it, pause right now, mute the video, and then, do whatever else, and then come back in a little bit, because we're talking about Wonder Woman 1984 right now.
I'm back. Yeah, 10 minutes is probably enough.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding. Jesus,
Biggest
Sam, Watson
15
came back,
20.
and it's like I absorbed the show, man. It's like,
Oh wow. Yeah, the salt is real. The salt is real. All right. Derek, we have a sponsor for this part because we want to give a shout out to our friends over at Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. Check them out if you're over in the West Coast. Head on down to Oceanside, California, Suite A, 713 Mission Avenue, and say hello to our bigger friends. Yes, Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar. There to serve you your Java and comic book fix for any day of the occasion. You can also check them out online at panelscoffee.com. They're open currently, and they're hiring, as of Lachelle's message previously on the episode. But you can also check them out where, Derek?
You guys can check them out at leagueofcomicgeeks.com. I'm going to go ahead and plug that into the chat for you guys. For those listening on the audio, once again, that's leagueofcomicgeeks.com. You guys, it's a super easy website to access. All you got to do is choose your store. If that may be Panels, you could definitely do that. I do it. I live all the way in Washington, and they are stores in California, so you can do that. If not, of course, pick your local comic shop or whatever, and you just kind of pull your comics, whatever stories you want. There's a whole list of things, guys. Got Marvel, got DC, Dark Horse, so much more. It's awesome, very user friendly. And if you guys choose Panels Comic Book Coffee Bar, they are also very professional, very awesome, and you get like recommendations too on the website, so that's pretty cool. But go ahead and check that out, guys. LeagueofComicGeeks.com. It is very, very awesome. Get to reading, because I mean, what else are you gonna do, right?
That's right.
Read the real comics. Read the Wonder Woman stuff. You know, don't watch them.
Don't go too far back because I'll talk about that in a little bit too. But
yeah.
Yes. Wonder Woman 1984, guys. Let me kick things off by saying there was no real reason to call it 1984. That's my opinion. You guys might have a differing opinion on this, but I really.
That's a very good point.
Aside from the fact that it was set in 1984, which was, very prominently hammered home in the opening sequence in the mall, I feel like this could have been served better by a different title. Off the top of my head, I'm sorry, I was thinking maybe something like Wonder Woman of Wishes and Whispers, Wonder Woman. I'm just thinking of like W titles,
What was the catchphrase of Pedro Pascal's guy? I don't even remember his character name. That's how Jeff will like it.
What was
the
it?
line?
What do you wish for? Or what?
No, it was something else.
Your life is good, but it could be better.
Yes. Wonder Woman, 1984. It could be better.
I feel like you could say that about any of the DC movies, really. And that's what they're doing.
Hey,
right?
wait. The first Wonder Woman was good,
doing.
though. The first Wonder Woman was good.
Oh my gosh. So, okay. Oh my gosh. Where to begin, right? So, I aside from the fact that 1984 was pretty much just an incidental. There was no 80s music, right? Like it really wasn't driven through with 80s music, which I think would have really helped with the feel of the movie.
I feel like it's 1984 just because Stranger Things is hot, and the 80s are so hot right now, and it's a really good way to explain why they don't want to touch the current universe they're in, because this is before all that. This is before all that crap. That's true. That's literally the only reason why. And heck, she doesn't even have a TV, so she doesn't do any of like the 80s references. The least she could do is do some 80s references.
No, remember, she doesn't have a TV.
Yeah,
she has a room full of TVs with video cameras, though.
Dude, I was just like, she doesn't have a TV, but she has like 20 TVs.
I know, right? I was like, okay. Maybe it was I gave her the benefit of the doubt, like maybe she just wanted to say that. I was like, okay, I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, it's part of her character, right? It's part of her character. So speaking of the character and vague misleads, I think overall, I'm giving my overall thoughts first before we go individual, like specific scenes, right? The plot was vague, dude. In a movie where superhero logic should connect to the most avid fans, which it did to some people, it logic flew out the window with this.
It was very confusing. Like the entire time. The only reason why I sat through the entire movie was, how do you fix all this really? You know, without having to go cheese. But I guess it's just cheese. But I was just like, how is she gonna punch her way out of this? You know?
She really kind of didn't, right?
No.
And we'll get to the end in a bit, but you know, a lot of key points I think we should bring up. You know, from her power to ride the current and fly, to turning things invisible, were very poorly set up, and they really feel unearned. And I think that's a common thing I'll be saying throughout this review. This is it worth it? So this is technically an is it worth it, right?
It's basically turning into that pretty much. I feel the same.
Yeah. So it really feels unearned. Everything leads to an unsatisfying progression through the story, whether it's Max Lord's motivations, his methods, and even his overall character feeling lacking. You know, nothing ties into each other.
A perfect example of that is just how the movie starts. I was so confused. Like, they showed the training sequence or the competition with Diana. Where did that come into play? Like, when?
Yeah, I agree with Juancho.
To turn into a hero, or having the right time to be a hero, when did that come into play? Or like nothing. Like, that had nothing to do with the plot. Like, doesn't even, like, the trainer doesn't even really show up. She doesn't think of any of the words like, oh, now is my time to be a hero or something. It's just there because it was cool. It was really cool. I like seeing like that little kid Diana just be boss, but
I agree. Dude, that's like, for me, I was like, okay, it's not gonna be bad. I like the flashback scene, honestly. It started off strong for me. I thought it was awesome, but yeah, exactly what Juancho said. Like, for me, I gathered from the end is like, there's no shortcuts, can't cheat your way to win. That did not show
not at all.
any at all in the movie.
In fact, like, she literally was like, I don't want to go through the airport. I'm gonna go steal a plane instead because that's smarter. Okay.
It was exactly right. So it's all this. It's the logic and reasoning behind things feels to serve the rule of cool, which it sort of didn't, because it takes you out of the experience as you're watching it. It doesn't make you feel like a viewer. It makes you feel like a critic as you're going and watching through each of these scenes, which is something we talked about, Derek, in a recent episode in reference to Star Wars. You know, Juancho, you'll agree with us on this. You know, the sequel trilogy of Star Wars felt like it pulls you out and makes you think of, why did they do this? They could have done this instead of that, which is not what you're supposed to feel when you watch a movie. You're supposed to feel like, oh my gosh, what are they doing next? Or where do they go after this? Instead of being in that moment. And you're being in that moment instead of like looking sort of like out of body and being like, oh, they could have done this instead, you know? So that's kind of how I felt throughout this movie. And with that being said, I wholeheartedly agree with you guys for this whole opening Olympiad, where they sort of try to set up her lines at the end. You know, no true hero is born from lies. You can't be a winner because you aren't ready to win. And there's no shame in that, you know, like... No, but that's the thing, is I had to take myself out of it to remember those lines. I had to look and rewind the video to get that, because I didn't get that while watching. You know, like when she talks to Cheetah and says no true hero is born from lies. You know, it doesn't feel connected because she's not trying to be a hero. When the story of Maxwell Lord trying to get, you know, things he hasn't earned yet, you know, you can't be a winner because you're not ready to win. You know, it's really trying to wrap things up and justify that opening scene, but it doesn't. You know, you have to really think about it, and not in a Christopher Nolan kind of way where you're figuring out why Tenet or why freaking Inception was the way it was. This is more of like, this should have been fed to me. Like, this is the kind of thing that should have been explained better, but it wasn't. So you have to kind of like do the logic puzzle at the end, which is,
I guess the wish is the shortcut. If only like her wish actually made her shortcut something, not just bring back the love of her life. Technically, right. I don't know.
Yeah. Which she kind of discards.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. Please go.
No, I was gonna say, because since we were talking about the overall thing, anyways, like it bothered me actually that it was so poorly handled. I actually did a little bit of research. The screenplay and the story are completely different people from one, so that made sense. Like why I felt like I don't know why they didn't just keep the first like people that did the story and screenplay. I think Patty Jenkins did let me check here. Yeah, Patty Jenkins was on the first story, but she was on the second one. I don't know why.
Wait, sorry. Can you clarify? So, what do you? We're differentiating between screenplay writers
you have,
and
direct screenplay writers and story by. So the story by and the screenplay writers in Wonder Woman 1, none of those people for story and screenplay are on 2. So for me, because I actually thought Wonder Woman was the best DC movie out there, the first one.
Okay.
All right, live action. Okay, sorry, live action. But like, this one was such a flop for me that I was like, how could they get this bad from the first one being so good? So I wanted to research that because it was interesting, and I was like, oh, they definitely shifted the entire, like, all the writers were like not on those areas. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's maybe why. Maybe they just decided maybe this will work. It actually made me think too, maybe that's why they were pushing it for so long, because they didn't feel like it was that good. They wanted to get more people that just walked into theaters and were like, hey, let's watch this. Because you do have those people who still don't look at trailers and stuff. They just go watch. So I don't know. I was just very disappointed too with the overall of the movie. But
yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, and the opening scene also sort of sets up the armor reveal, right? So we get a glimpse of the Golden Warrior at the end, who was, what was her name? Asteria, right? So it's very briefly mentioned that, Asteria was the greatest warrior. And they kind of like try and puzzle piece it together throughout. Like, what's that under those covers? When Steve goes into her control room with all her 700 TVs. And she's like, it was worn by our greatest warrior, Asteria. And which was sort of cool. Again, like many parts of the movie could have been tied in better, maybe paced out a little better. Because it sort of pays off at the end, which we'll get to as well. The payoff there was not even Diana involved. It was really strange. So in terms of that opening scene, if we can wrap that part up, it could have set up a really good point. It could have set up such a great ending, but it ended up just feeling shoehorned in, which was how we started this conversation for the opening scene. It was there is how it felt, right? Like,
I feel like that's the perfect explanation for the movie. It was there. Like there in HBO Max, like might as well.
You might as well.
Actually, that's
no other superhero movie. So
it felt more bad for Baby Gal than the real, Like,
yeah.
Sad.
What has the chat been saying, guys?
Let's see here.
We got why 1984 because retro is the thing. Stranger Things once. Yeah, exactly. Like same. Juancho was saying. Totally agree. Sam says, haha, true with the setting and the music. I watched with my fam. My parents grew up in the 80s, and they're like, is that all the 80s were to people now? Colors and big hair. That's actually a good way to put it. I feel like there was a lot of nostalgia for older folks. I watched it with my parents as well, and they definitely pointed out things. So, but nothing that really pertained to the movie. Just kind of little Easter eggs here and there, I guess.
And aerobics too. Don't forget aerobics.
Yes, aerobics.
Jazzercising.
Yeah. Francis also wonders if the Wonder Woman anthem song. Sam actually answered the question, but yeah, it definitely was. It was remixed in there, so it didn't have the iconic one, which is a little sad. But I do.
It didn't show up in like the right moment,
Yeah, no, exactly. I was gonna say that.
The first one, it's like when they played it, it was hype. and like it had meaning. Here it was just finally they played it.
Yeah.
By the way. Yeah.
When is this thing coming? Oh, that okay. I guess that's.
If
it.
I may, with King Tiger, he says, Patty, like this is a point we'll bring up later. Patty Jenkins is set to direct Star Wars Rogue Squadron, and he says my anticipation for it is now on caution. So we'll get into that. I made sure to make that one of our key points for later on. But yeah, it really felt like before we move on to the specific scenes, my last point for this, it felt like an 80s movie with modern tech, right? In terms of, it brings out the cheesiest 80s storytelling, and it makes you feel like you're watching something like The Last Action Hero, but DC. So, it was kind of oof for me.
Like the length itself, like if we going back into the movie, it didn't need the 2 hour 20 minutes, and even if
it
was
way too long, felt draggy as hell.
Yeah, and like one of the main reasons I felt it was draggy is you didn't have like a villain really set up, confronting Diana throughout the movie. Right? Yeah. Like when does Cheetah really Cheetah? Or, and when does Max Lord actually interact with Diana fully? It felt like it's like near the end. Like I think it was like an hour and 30 minutes in before they actually had any confrontation. That's like an entire movie on its own.
Because up until then, like they were like Cheetah was sort of on her side, and Max was off doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So
like there was no interaction with Diana really. It's just like, oh, they passed each other on the car, like on the way. Yeah. How did you even find him in the first place? Like in all of Egypt, you just happened to pass on the same road, and there you go, action sequence. Let's go.
Back in the 80s, Juancho, they only had one road in Egypt. Okay.
Okay. I guess all the roads are blocked by that point.
Oh my god. Yeah. See, the fact that we have to have this discussion really takes you out of the story, right? It makes you try and find all these like fillers for the plot holes that they left. So it's really awkward. So I like that we're talking about Max Lord. So Pedro Pascal, guys, someone we've sort of come to revere in recent times. I don't know if it's bias or not, but I felt like he was poorly directed. I don't know if it's because we like him enough to think, oh, he could do better, but I felt like there was more to him that didn't get to come out. His acting felt forced.
Wasn't that the point, though? Like, isn't he supposed to be a terrible actor? Like, he's supposed to be that infomercial guy, right? So those are always poorly acted. Maybe that was his direction.
Maybe.
Like, hey, just act poorly. Okay, you got it.
Oh my god, that hit my head. No, yeah, I totally agree. It felt like there was no divide from from the commercial when we first see him. Thank you, Machida, for the follow. There was no
speaking of
change from his in commercial character to who he is the rest of the film, which is where you're supposed to see the divide, right? Like, he's this guy on TV, he's larger than life, he's trying to fool people, and then outside you're supposed to see like that nuance where, okay, he's this guy that's struggling and trying to figure out how to make his con into reality, how to turn his fake it till you make it into the make it part. But he just felt so cartoony the whole way, and not in a good way. Not in a Dick Dastardly I can get behind him kind of way.
The entire plot was cartoony. Heck,
yes.
That's the entire plot of Aladdin. Turned into the genie. Literally the entire time I was calling him the genie instead.
Dude, and honestly, it wasn't even that. Like, I think the main reason I disliked it was that wish part. Like, half the movie, I'm trying to figure out how is this even making sense. Like, they explained it very briefly, right? Like, oh, if you wish, it takes away like your greatest possession or whatever it was, right? But then you see Lord, taking things from people, so you kind of add it up. But then at the same time, you're like thinking, how is this working out? So I'm not even paying attention to the movie yet. This whole time, I'm like, okay, wait, if he did this, how is he be able to do that? It wouldn't, you know what I mean? It was just like a cluster, for lack of a better word, cluster F in my head. And I was like, wait. And then it's just at the end, it's just chaotic. And it's like, oh my God, this is, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. And then it degrades his health somehow, and then getting more wishes makes him healthy-ish, but he's still bleeding out.
He gets people to make wishes, and then he takes their health.
Yeah, it was like the weirdest. Like, I mean, it made sense, but it was just like
it's like
a lot of it didn't make sense. Like, they retracted their wish too at the end. Like that. Why would Russia's missiles disappear? Because the U.S. was the one who wished for the missiles. You know what I mean? It just didn't make sense, dude. It was so many things, and like for Naruto fans out there, he got taught new jutsu pretty much off the thing. It was just like, I don't know, dude. It did not seem very superhero movie. Like,
it wasn't cohesive. I think this was the biggest part, right?
It could have been a Sandman plot, Like it felt like the Sandman villain.
Actually. Yes, that's true.
We're talking about Sandman from
it is.
His name, right? Yeah.
Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So that's the thing. Max Lord had everything was unclear, right? And especially Max Lord. So I get King Tiger's point, where he's supposed to be kind of like the Trump. The Donald Trump of the movie, but he was so poorly set up because, he has an Asian kid, which is, I guess, DC's way of being like, people like complicated villains who have motivations. Let's give him a kid so he's relatable.
I was expecting a backstory too. I had nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which was barely there. We got a flashback.
There was. He was like poor and abused and stuff, which is sad.
There's a flashback where he grew up in an abusive home. He always felt like an outsider, so he felt like he had to prove himself to not just everyone, but even to himself. So that's why he started that con gig, the Black Gold co-op. Yeah. And it all felt contrived. The parts that should have been stretched out, the parts that involved proper backstory like that, were sacrificed for, let's have a scene drawn out where his kid shows up and the kid overhears that he doesn't want to spend time with him. Like, I would have rather fleshed out who he was more than how he got, like, what he did with the powers, right? Like,
yeah, same.
I very much dislike the progression of things. And this is 2 hours of runtime that was very poorly managed.
It was a long movie, guys. It was long. I remember sitting there. I'm like, look at my time. I'm like, am I just me, or this movie long? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's just draggy too. If it was a good movie, it wouldn't have felt like that, But it's.
I know it needs to be cut, man. I just can't wait for the Snyder cut version of this movie.
Oh my gosh. So we're talking about the magic rock, guys. We're talking about the big MacGuffin of this, the big holy grail of this episode. Oh my gosh, it felt like a cheesy episode of a TV show. This movie, which was the magic wishing lucky rock. Again, we don't even get the name of this. Diana freaks out and she's like, the language of the gods. Which god was it? We don't even get a resolution to that. Yeah, that was kind of thrown out the window.
It's the god of lies. It's
the god of it was
like
Dolo or something like that.
Yeah.
They found that book, the monkey paw or something. Paw the monkey.
They named it. They name dropped the god. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But
it was like
the fact that
one sentence.
Right? Like, it was one sentence, and then Barbara's gone. That's more concerning, I guess. Like, it was so quick. Stuff like that should have been more played out was so quick. Oh my gosh. And again, the rules behind the magic rock weren't made clear to us as the audience, which I really, really disliked because, tell me what you really want, even though you already wish to be like Diana. On the plane where it's when it's Max Lord and Barbara,
I know, right? It's like a different rock at that point, I guess. I don't know.
Or it's like, I guess he can give her more power from other people's wishes because he's gotten so powerful already. It's all very contrived. And it's not complicated in a good way. It's just weird. And oh my gosh, there's so many plot holes. And
you want more? Come on, yes, you can do it. I love it, dude. That's so funny. I'm sorry.
The baseline is this is not the movie we needed in 2020.
Yeah, we didn't want it. We didn't need it.
I get it. Like, they're trying to be relevant too. Like, there's so many, like you were saying, Max Lord was supposed to be Trump, and you see like all the riots. You literally see like a cop beating up someone in the background, and just like, okay, yeah. So thanks for reminding me that 2020 was, we're about to end it. We're about to end 2020. Like,
yeah.
Just the only way we can end it is just like through wishful thinking. Like, yeah, thanks, sure. That's not what we needed. We needed a fun movie to end the year, something like that. This movie just wasn't
felt
fun.
like it didn't know what it wanted to be. And Derek, you were trying to say something. Sorry.
No, I just said like, I actually think I was just thinking. I think it would have been better if even in the part where Chris Pine faded, if she remembered that first scene, like you can't take a shortcut. So she kind of, I don't know. For me, like I love Sappy. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like this was too much in this movie, just for me. I feel like they tried to do some things in one that didn't work out for two. For the Chris Pine thing, Chris Pine was literally Gal Gadot in this movie. Like, he didn't know like the world. He's like, oh, and I was like, we kind of already got that in one. It was funny here and there, but like, what that wasn't even needed. Like, you don't need to watch him go through a museum and look at art. Why? Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
That could have been done in a quick sequence, right? Instead of like a long 20-minute. Yeah.
It was so
long. Do you think the entire plot was like this just so that they could get Chris Pine back? They're like,
I think so.
How do we make this guy alive again? All right, magic wishing stone.
Yeah. It was very off-putting, and we were trying to figure out like the motivations for the magic rock and all of that. It could have been something else. It just felt so off. I think they could have used something else, or I don't know. It was just a weird.
I think they had wishful thinking.
I don't know.
That was bad. Okay.
Because like Derek, you and I, we try to see the best in things, right? We try to see.
Yeah, dude, this was just I agree. You're so right.
Yeah,
we do. We
Sam
really
is saying
do, man.
Who wrote this fanfic? Sam in the chat is saying who wrote this.
That's good.
Oh my gosh. Francis saying, did we feel cheated? I felt a little cheated out of my 2 hours.
Did you like Cheetah? By the way, did anyone?
I thought she was animated well. I thought I love the actress. I love that actress. She's so funny in Bridesmaid. Thought she was funny. Yeah, honestly, like, I was happy with like the animation. The action was pretty good, and I liked a lot of her scenes. But I felt like it could have been written better for sure. But I wasn't upset about it.
Okay, thank you for asking, Juancho. Krista Wiig / Barbara Minerva. I still that name. And aka Cheetah, I want to paraphrase something I saw on Reddit because it kind of sums it up quite well. She started out strong, and then she ended up as a Cats extra. Because there was no point in her transformation at the end aside from, I guess she's stronger? Fat? Like, she wanted to be an apex predator, which a cheetah kind of isn't. Again, poorly written. It's quite poorly written.
Oh god.
I was like, is she gonna be Tigress? Apex Predator? Like, I know. Okay.
Is that why that we had that entire intro scene? Because Diana cheated, and cheating's bad, so don't be a cheetah.
Oh my god.
Is that why?
You cracked the code, Juancho.
and that's how she got her powers. She cheated.
Dude, you know what? Juancho might be right. You know how much they milked that cheetah thing? Did you guys not notice all the cheetah stuff in the movie?
I was like,
this is
I love
ridiculous.
Your print. The print on your shoes. I was like, you're cheetah. Got it.
And then
there was no point in Chris Pine wearing cheetah print. Chris Pine
wears it. Yeah, dude. They there were so many things. Like, I was like, okay, this is so ridiculous. Like, come on, guys. Like, dude, I like watch it. Cracked it, dude. That's it. Watch the real hero now.
Jesus, for sure. Okay, so that's the thing, right? Initially, for me, when I heard that Kristen Wiig was being cast as Cheetah, it was kind of like a question mark for me. And then in those first few scenes, you see her. She shows why she was chosen, right? Like, okay, she's awkward. She brings a little humor to the role, and then it sets up her like inevitable turn because you expect her to not be good the whole way. But when she actually turns, she just becomes a cartoon. Like, she becomes a villain with no depth. Like, they try and give her depth. They're like, oh, you lose your warmth, Barbara. You Sorry, I'm starting to make fun of Gal Gadot's accent. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is it was like with a lot of this movie was poorly set up and poorly written, which ends up leaving it unearned. Because Barbara is this person that finds like in Derek, I guess, she finds the good in the bad, right? She's supposed to be able to discern from, okay, I don't have friends, I don't go out much, but you know, at the same time, I'm still this good person that tries to do the right thing. But they end up just making her like, oh, she has power now because power corrupts, and then she's bad. Like there's no proper depth to it. She just goes from one extreme to the other. And
you guys explain that to me too. Like, I didn't understand the cheetah part. Like, how did that even happen? Like, I didn't understand that wish like concept. Like, she already had her wish. It was a taking away her. How did she get another one?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, because the stone was so poorly explained. Like, is it because Max Lord is now stronger, or is it because technically it's a new stone because it's Max Lord?
Yeah. I was like.
So it's literally like a combination of a ton of bad things. Like I thought Kristen Wiig was really good at playing, like the awkward.
Oh yeah,
Minerva girl. Yeah, she was perfect.
It turns hot, right? She's like, oh, I'm hot now. This is pretty cool.
Yeah. It just didn't give a threat for the entire movie. You know, when you want, like, honestly, a superhero movie is as good as its villains. That's why The Dark Knight is so good. You have the Joker there from the beginning, and it's just such a it's such a presence. You know, it's such a threatful presence. It's something that's gonna have something's gonna explode. It's like it's being time bomb. There's that pressure. But for Minerva, it's just for so long, like more than she only becomes actually the cheetah. Let's say 2 hours in, probably. Before that, it's just, what is she? She's equal to Wonder Woman, so that's not really a threat, kinda, because it's like at the most you're equal. But then technically she has experience. You have powers, but then she has experience. So, like, I didn't feel like she was gonna be a threat at all. Until she actually a cheetah.
Until they sort of had Chris Pine say, like, you're getting weaker. Did you guys get any sense of why she wasn't like competing with Cheetah? Because at that point I was like, okay, when he said you're losing your power, I was like, is that because of The Rock? Is that why she's doing so hot? Like, I know that was the first like mention of her like not doing so. Aside from like, oh, I guess she got shot. Like, I guess. Like, that's why she has the bangles, because she can't really get hit by it. Like, it was so poorly timed. Like, you wait till the White House scene near the end for him to be like, wait, you're losing your power. Like, wait, what?
That's true. Like, you've just literally fought entire security army. Like, you're pushing that tank. I love that scene, because it was like very superhero. She was pushing that armor. I'm like, okay, no, she's not losing. She has Chris Pine at that point. Is she getting any weaker?
Oh my god!
Maybe if they established it from the beginning that she's slowly losing her powers.
Yeah, you're right. It was kind of like, oh, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Like, that was it. That was the subtle context in between. Are you okay? Something's wrong. No, I'm okay.
There's literally no threat at all for almost 2 hours of the movie.
That's so true.
Juancho, I'm sorry. You brought this up earlier, and I just remembered. You brought this up earlier in the White House scene where. Well, actually, you brought up the fact that, a cop was beating someone in the background as Diana's walking through. And it also reminded me of a scene in the White House between Kristen Wiig and Diana, where the White House security shot 2 unarmed people. I get that they're kung-fuing your asses, but these people are unarmed. This is like the worst commentary on security ever. Where they just, like, if they're unarmed, can't you handle this unarmed too? Why just open fire at point blank? I don't get it. Like, I guess it's supposed to be commentary on it, but if we have to talk like this and figure it out, is it really supposed to be?
The lady has a magic glowing rope. They don't know what that is,
Well, dude, you know what? Speaking of that scene, I also thought was ridiculous was the fact that at the end, why was Diana like so like caring towards these guys. Like literally in the beginning, Chris Pine literally almost shot a dude and killed him, but he was out of bullets. Like they were fine with beating people up, but at the end, oh no, let's pull up a chair, say that guy's back. Let's hold on, let me catch this guy.
Because it makes a cool action sequence, okay, Darren? It's like, oh, you have the cheetah throwing people and she's trying to put him in a chair, despite like literally probably breaking someone's neck back there.
I think this is one of those that are actually consistent, if I may. If we remember her introduction as Wonder Woman in that bank heist, I don't know if it was in the first Wonder Woman movie or it was actually in Justice League, where she actually saves a group of people in a bank heist, and she doesn't really harm the terrorists, the people who are holding the bank up. She actually tries her best to be non-violent in that scene. So I think it's consistent with her character, but it doesn't make it any better written. It felt forced, and you could have had that. Again, we're quarterback script writing and directing, but that's what I think we've established a poor narrative does, right? It takes you out of it and wants you to quarterback and rewrite things. So yeah, it's really bad, dude.
Well, like going back to what Juancho said too, I totally agree with him when he said about the cheetah. Like, how did she, even though she got all these powers, how could she keep up with Wonder Woman? It doesn't make sense. Like, you would expect, like Superboy, Teen Titans, right, or Injustice, right? Like, he's kind of new and he's kind of just brute strength, right? He has powers, but like, how is she so well at everything, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it was just kind of like, okay,
magic rock. It's just maybe experience passes too.
There was no feeling out process for the powers because of Magic Rock.
Dude, and I just knew this movie was gonna be this way as soon as they tried to steal a jet from the Smithsonian.
Oh my god!
I just 100% knew that this is the direction that the movie was going. Just because, like, one, why was the jet even filled up with gas if it's in the Smithsonian? Two, like the jet wasn't even maintained. And like, come on, you're gonna fly an unidentified aircraft in the nation's capital. How are you gonna get away with that? And how would
because it's 1984, Juancho.
Specific aircraft,
She's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, there's radar, and I don't have time to tell you, but they're gonna know we're here. That was like the weirdest line ever for me.
Yeah, don't worry, they're gonna think it's a bird. Don't worry, it's just we'll go invisible. We'll just think it's a bird or something.
I really, really like that. Like, Chris Pine was like, "Come on, Diana."
And I'm pretty sure turning invisible doesn't shield you from radar. That's the point of radar. Is it sound based? So it'll feel your ping,
that's
right?
Sonar, isn't it?
Oh, that's
radar.
Sonar.
Radar is so you would actually hide from radar.
Okay.
You wouldn't hide from sonar, I think.
Well, let me ask you guys, what part in the movie did you know, okay, this is probably going to be bad? Like, what scene where you're like, okay, this is not going to be good?
No, you did just the
jet scene for you?
For me, it was the jet scene. Like, because I could live with the wishing stone. I could live with the wishing stone.
Oh, really? Okay, that was mine. Like, I thought it was, and like, that stone definitely made me feel like, okay, this could go bad. And like, later you find out, right, like, Max Lord literally is trying to get everyone to say these very specific wishes. When Barbara makes the most generic, I want to be like Gal, or I want to be like Diana. That's so broad, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. To me, it was just like that wishing stone. I'm like, is this really going to be the basis of the movie? This little stone.
Like,
the wishing stone could have worked, like, because Diana, like, Wonder Woman has like the more magical story,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I was like, oh my god, is Constantine gonna show up? Is he gonna fix? Is he gonna fix? Like there's like Latin. There's like Latin inscribed on the ring too, and then inside there's even more writing. I'm like, that would work. You just need someone to break the code, something like that. Not some shaman next to like the Starbucks or whatever, Galaxy Records. I'm like, I was like, yeah, no, this like, yeah, the magic stone totally works for me. Magic stuff and it should work with Diana. And I'm like, just like I was looking and like, and it's so demonic too, no? Like you wish for something, right? It's like, oh my god, just set up to Constantine. Let's go.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I'm like oh wait, sorry. Before I agree with Juancho, Sam says for me it was a wind blowing effect of the wishing stone, which was kind of also took me out of it. So that's the thing, right?
Another wish. You get another wish. He was like Oprah, dude, to the wishes when he was pushing the wind back. I was laughing my ass off, dude.
Yeah, it was really, really awkward. And yeah, I agree with Juancho. Like, this would have been okay with me, as dumb as it was. I was waiting for the payoff, which was, I think, my thing for the whole movie was they're gonna find a way to explain this at the end, maybe, and it'll be okay. But then when this part hit, when this scene went on screen and Pedro Pascal was just smiling awkwardly, I was like, oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for the movie. And you know, it was,
dude, they just needed a god to show up. You know, like, wasn't that so awesome when like Ares actually showed up in the
yeah,
end?
that's true. That was really cool.
Like, imagine if like freaking Lucifer showed up, because that's who owns the wishing stone. What?
oh, that would have been really good.
Yeah, they big baddie, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. They needed a bigger baddie, that for sure. What do you guys think about the flight? I mean, before I get into that, I thought the armor was kind of ridiculous. I don't feel like the armor did anything for her in the whole movie. I mean, honestly, she used it to fly there and it just got ripped off and then she threw it off. I just thought it was
okay.
But the flight thing, I didn't like that. Like
I think the flying is separate from the armor too. Let's discuss them one after the other.
Okay.
Okay. Before we move there, sorry, really quick. Just to wrap up the whole Cheetah Kristen Wiig thing, I think that she would have been a better anti-hero than a comical villain at the end, because they were setting her up to be kind of like that, right? They could have set her up to be, okay, Cheetah has a role to play in the future of the DCEU, whether it's okay, she wanted to be like that and now she has the powers and she's misguided because she doesn't know how to properly channel her emotions now that she's powerful and she's been picked on this whole time. But it just went, again, she went through extreme. So wasted opportunity. She's still alive, but I don't know what they'll do with that. There's still a way to set that up in a sense that, okay, she's gonna try and reclaim that glory she had for a little bit. I don't know, or she just gets swept aside like every other poorly written villain. But there's still potential there. Going into the whole flying thing, so let's go to the armor real quick, and then I'll circle back to the flying. The armor is a nod to Kingdom Come, a comic that was a series that was done and very well received in the past. Diana has this armor, kind of a futuristic reference to like, okay, the world has gotten this bad and she needs to have a little bit of an upgrade. In the movie, I agree with Derek. It didn't really serve a purpose that warranted it. I get that she's depowered because of the stone and she's feeling vulnerable, but to take out 7 guards outside of a Starbucks, outside of a TV station, a secret TV station.
I mean, she had her full power at this point, right?
At this point, it's all there. That didn't make sense.
I'm just, it's all confusing to me.
I mean,
so
if she really needed to get to Egypt, she could have pulled it out sooner,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so circling back to the flying. She needed to fly. Okay. Logically, this was super dumb because she needed to get from Steve to the White House or wherever Max was, which was around the corner because we established that everything is in DC and she could see the White House from her, or the monument from her apartment. So I don't get why she needed to get up this high to get around the block. Story-wise, oh my gosh, this is the worst part. She grasps thin air.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Did it like whip her forward? It was like a Thor type thing she did there?
Okay,
weird.
Story-wise, it's supposed to symbolize her understanding Steve, right? Because it's established that, I don't get flying. And he tells her like, oh, it's riding the currents. It's trying to be free and understand something that wasn't possible in the past, which was in its own right poetic, but how it was executed was awful. And I hate saying that because it's so hard to write something like this. It's so hard to give a decent payoff for something that should be dramatic and something that was established a movie before. But it wasn't done well, and it sucks. It sucks that it wasn't done well. Not like, aside from the scene not being good, it sucks that something that should have had a bigger impact, like those lines that we were given at the very start of the movie, didn't have a satisfying payoff. You know, she learns to glide and fly because she was angry and upset and decided to latch onto an airplane.
I love that.
It connected her with Steve, right? I already forgot.
Dude, I just
connected her with Chris. That's it. That's the only thing I got it. But like you said, it was stupid. Like, it was nice. Okay, cool. It connects you guys, right? Flight, but like, really?
I mean, the scene itself, I loved. Like, I loved seeing her fly. I loved how she was trying to choose her pose, or she was like, 2 arms, 1 arm. Screw it, I'll just lie down. And just like, oh, she got her pose. And I was just, okay, I like that. She's learning. I didn't mind like she hung on to a plane because I was just like, okay, where are you gonna hang on next after she jumped really far? I just don't like, the reason why she can fly is like terrible. Just take the if you take the scene by itself, it's really nice. Like, just seeing her learn how to fly was really nice. The lassoing in front of her, like, I guess she was hanging on to the truth. Because that is what lasso is. You don't know what the truth is. Very, you know.
Oh god. The truth shall set you free.
He lassoed lightning.
Yeah, she lassoed lightning. Oh my god.
Hey, dude, she must like. I mean, it makes sense, guys, right? She lassoed a bullet, so it's got to be pretty fast, right?
Yeah, because light is totally tangible, guy.
I know. It was so ridiculess. She did not just once. She did it multiple times too. It wasn't just once.
Think about it. If you think about it, was she getting like familial help? Was she getting help from Uncle Zeus? You know,
magic. Watch, it's magic.
Zeus is her dad, by the way.
That's true.
Yeah. So
that'd be cool, Diana.
I was thinking like maybe it's because Zeus is her dad. I don't get it. Okay. Chat. Let us know. How did you feel about the flying? Because the flying is actually a reference to how she learned to fly in kind of like a rewrite of her origin story in the comics. She learned how to use the current. Oh my god, she's not a hollow boned bird. I don't get how that works physically.
Wait, can't she fly in the comics? I couldn't remember.
So here's the thing.
Like,
she was rewritten to learn how to ride the current to fly, which is kind of this being explained. And it nullified the need for her invisible jet, which was also ridiculous in the original comic. And you know, since we're talking about her powers, Beam on the chat says she went up to the clouds for so long to travel like 25-minute walk from her apartment. Okay, so let us know, chat. How do you feel about the powers? Because the powers, I think I mentioned this earlier. They felt unearned, right?
Yeah,
being able to turn the jet invisible was referenced with Ares being like, oh, he could do this, so I've only seen it, let me try it. It just felt so
forced.
Yeah,
like, you know, do it little by little, try little stuff before that, and then all of a sudden it's grand. It was just like you said, right away.
Maybe she did, you just didn't see, Derek. Okay,
she literally said
how good she was.
She literally said, this is my first time trying it on something bigger than, what did she say it was the first time? Like a football, a cup. Like, first time she lost it, but this time under control, like massive size. We're good.
Yeah. Like, okay, I like that. I like that point. Couldn't she maybe have that as a setup in her earlier scenes where she's like trying out new powers because, you know, it's a reflection of her like learning from her previous fight with Ares, right? Like, oh, she's experimenting at the start of the movie instead of setting up like, oh, she right after her being a badass. Why not have the flying by herself without a plane scene while Steve was still okay? Why not try and connect that?
Yes.
As an emotional payoff.
It gets plot holes, dude. It's
Yeah,
so many.
dude,
actually
bottles.
have
what if-
her.
Yeah.
And
if Steve taught her how to fly, like actually, that would
Yes.
be.
Right? Like, why not have that as the emotional payoff of she
Ugh.
lands after doing her, like, okay, I'm just gonna lie down now, and she lands and talks to Steve about how she appreciates it now, like, and then, and then have him. Okay, I'm sorry. It's all connecting. Have her say goodbye to Steve, because what was that goodbye? She walks
Dude.
away from him around a stone corner, and then that's it. I don't like to crap on stuff, but what was that?
Dude, but before I answer it with you, BMO had the exact same thought I did, like making the car invisible during the convoy chase would have been useful. That's exactly what I was gonna say too. Like, it didn't make any sense. But anyways, back to what Harold said. Yes, like, for as sappy as the movie was, like, that was the goodbye, right? It's like, okay, what? I'll always love you, Diana. That's it. She just
Let's make out a little bit before you go. Okay, we're good. It's like, I think her coming down from the flight and then talking to him about how she understands before he kind of fades away or something, maybe gets snapped. I don't know. Show us something more
right?
than she runs away from him and then we don't see him again. Like, that was just so bad.
I think it was supposed to be vague, just to be like, oh, is he really gone?
But there's no payoff again, right?
Yeah, and then you see the guy who should be missing weeks of his memory.
feel bad for
at
that
this
actor,
point.
dude. Yeah.
Like Charlotte Richards in Lucifer. Like, I was told that people had seen me throughout the past 2 weeks, and I was with a woman, and it was. I don't get it, man. Like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. I want to skip over the cheesy ending of Max's plot, I guess, to take over the world. I want to skip over that real. I don't know if we're gonna do it briefly or if we're gonna go back to it later. But since
I have
we're on
something
the
to say about
topic,
it, but
okay, we'll go back to it then. But since we're on the topic of the guy who Chris Pine kind of body snatched,
dude, yeah.
Since we're on that topic, right? After we get Max unwishing his wish and the entire world sort of being like, all right, I guess it's not worth it. I'm just gonna renounce my wish. It's Christmas, and everyone forgot about what happened.
I know.
And there was no resolution to everything. There was zero resolution.
Yes.
To everything that happened.
Wishes.
It's just
yeah.
Everyone's happy again, I guess. There was no explanation. There was no, okay, everyone forgot, or everyone kind of had to struggle through a bit of a recession or deal with the consequences that the world went through. There was nothing. It's Christmas. Everything's okay again. Oh, and by the way, this guy, who's handsome in his own right, walks by Diana. And Diana's just like, oh, look at all the kids playing on the streets and snowballs being thrown around. Like the movie never happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't satisfying.
It's
Diana
like those
Skywalker.
movies that, like, it's like those movies where it's like all bad and then at the end, oh, it was just a dream. Don't worry. That's exactly
I would have been
what
okay
I was
with
just
that.
like.
I would have been okay with that if they
but
just
they didn't
said,
explain it. Right. They didn't explain it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. And I'm sorry.
Everything-
No way everybody in the world redacted their wish. No way, dude.
I mean,
I can't believe
I'm pretty
that.
sure the woman was dead, right? Like, oh, I wish you just dropped dead. Like, so
Yeah.
that lady specifically was dead throughout the entire speech and like, just let it go. So she didn't. She
Yeah,
shouldn't have.
but there was no way. I mean, granted, it would make sense, like, if, like, what Harold said, they explained it, like, maybe all the events after Lord became the Rock just became mute. Like, I would get that, but yeah, just like, oh, yeah, everyone's
Dude,
good.
the
Don't
guy
worry.
who wished for coffee, right? I'm pretty sure. No way. Like,
Yeah, right? Why would you
what
take
you
that
gonna
back? Especially the girl who wished for $1 million, right? You wouldn't. Why? Just keep it. You're good.
It's just, Oh my gosh,
There's
there were
no
so many
way.
holes. And
Yeah,
there was so much wasted time that could have been used to fill those holes, man. Like, Max looking for his kid, I get, but give it to us in like 15 seconds. All right, don't stretch it out. Like, use use that extra 2 minutes to show us the resolution, right? Show people either reeling or, waking up from a dream. I don't care.
Dude, how did Diana even find a super secret military base? By the way,
yes.
How did she know where that was?
I don't.
Yeah,
true. No, because she wasn't, like, no one knew about it. It was a top secret U.S. government plan to communicate to other countries. Like the oh my god, that was the only reason why this was set in 1984. Can I point that out? Right, where technology wasn't that far advanced that this was the only way Max could have used his one, charismatic TV personality, and two, his powers.
Dude, it had to be 1984 or else it would have just been the internet.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
That's why it's 1984.
My timeline's off too. I was kind of missing the voice where they talk like this. And see, and you buy the new car. Was that not the 80s or is that a different time?
No, that's like the 20s.
Oh damn! I was like, man, where's the
Mobsters.
Hey, I got a new couch for you here, Missy. Come on down.
Oh my gosh.
I would have loved to hear that.
Yeah. Sorry, let me go into chat real quick. Bimo says even having a scene where time goes back to the day before all the wishing happened would have been more believable. I agree. Professor Ham in the chat says, I didn't like the new Wonder Woman movie. Unfortunately, we didn't either.
Yes.
As much as we wanted to find the good, it was really hard. It was really hard. Bimo says she asked the White House intern. Oh
Dude,
my
that
god,
makes
that
so
dude.
much sense, yes.
Yeah, that dude would have given it up in a heartbeat.
Felt so bad for that guy. He's like, oh, okay, well, let's go this way, yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? Patty Jenkins seems talented. In the same way that you would entrust a franchise like Star Wars' Rogue Squadron. There's no way you wouldn't entrust something like that to someone who wasn't talented. Because as much as we hate Benioff and Weiss, they have a modicum of talent. It's just that talent was squandered and kind of, left to poo. They took it for granted. Juancho, they earned the trust of, what's his name? Freaking George R. R. Martin.
George R. R. Martin. Yeah.
And then they threw it away. There was a reason why he was okay with them and not anyone else. I have to believe that there was a reason. They had something in them, which they showed in the first few seasons and then kind of threw away. And it's kind of the same here. Or not exactly, but it feels that way. Patty Jenkins has talent. You could see it in certain scenes. You could see it in the first movie that she directed.
Yeah.
But there was something off about this, whether it was her writing, maybe Jeff Johns who helped her write this out, and there's just something so bad about it.
There's too
so
much
bad
in the movie.
Yeah.
There's just too much.
It's just too much. Yeah, it's really what it is. It's
Like,
coming off Mando too. You see Pedro Pascal. I feel bad.
Yeah. Because
Seeing
you know
that,
what he's
like,
capable of. You've seen him in
I know.
Narcos, too.
I know. It's like, man. Oh well. That's so. What can we do, guys?
Yeah.
What can we wish for?
Okay. Oh my gosh. What I appreciated about this movie is a short list, but I do want to bring it up because it's not just all about crapping on the movie, right? I appreciated the brighter colors in the outfit of Wonder Woman, and I appreciated the tone and color of the whole movie. Actually, it just didn't serve the purpose of the story as much as it should have, right? 80s, I get it. It's bright. It's loud. Great. If you're gonna use the 80s, and like Derek said, the people would kind of boil things down to this was the 80s. Big hair, loud colors, malls. If you're gonna do that, lean on it. Give us music, give us a purpose for this. But it, again, like everything else in this movie, it wasn't well linked. I appreciated. Oh my gosh, I appreciated the wonder that Chris Pine brought to the role, but again, it should have been a lot shorter. It should have been a lot more brief to serve a better story for Diana. It felt like they wanted to do so much with this movie, like you guys are saying, and then just didn't know where it would lead. So they kind of figured it out as they went along. I appreciated Kristen Wiig because she was great at the start.
Yeah.
And then kind of, they didn't know where to take her. And I overall appreciated the detail to aviation. Fully gassed planes in storage aside. I think this is where Patty Jenkins' strength is, she knows the romantic side of flying. I appreciated that. She knew how to describe, like the feeling of being up in the air. But everything else that surrounded that wasn't good. Okay. Why were there air traffic control people at a museum that was
That's
supposedly...
another question. Yeah. Why are
This
they
is
in
the
the tower?
worst use of manpower. Like, these guys aren't supposed to be checking air traffic at a museum that doesn't have planes that fly. Someone explain that to me. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe back in the day they were just connected. I don't know. And they weren't even like, they're just chilling. They didn't really care. Right? They're just like, yo, what do you mean there's a plane taking off?
Yeah.
Just okay.
But with all that being said, guys, I want to get the chat's thoughts on the movie as a whole. And I want Juancho and Derek's thoughts on the movie as a whole in terms of like from A to B in a second. Because Juancho, I know you wanted to talk about the finale climax.
Yes.
Because it doesn't even really feel like a climax. Max talking to the world / Cheetah and Diana fighting. If we want to circle back to that as well. I just wanted to mention to the chat, get your thoughts ready. Type them up in chat and we'll read them in a bit. But if you guys want to talk about the climax – now, let's do it because I'm so curious on how you guys felt about it.
I just felt cheated.
You had to say it. You had to say it.
I don't know. It's just,
Wow.
Cheetah wasn't much of a threat until then, and even then, she just looked weird. Max Lord, Lord, man. That scene was terrible. It really was. Like, isn't the whole point of like he went there so he could talk to everyone? Then after a while, he could just talk to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, dude. Thank you for saying that, God.
And then Diana's lasso of truth lets her talk to people through.
She's touching him. I guess that's why. I don't know.
Okay, it's just
so it didn't make sense.
Like all of those things could have been explained better.
Yeah.
Like, all of them. Everyone in that island could have been explained better. Heck, we could have even just called it the internet. Like the super secret project could have just been the internet. I would have laughed.
The internet. Oh my god. It's so strange.
Yeah, and then the wind that was like just supposed to be. The wind itself was a joke, and suddenly since there's so many wishes, it's a typhoon inside. I guess I didn't like. They made a cheesy joke wish thing. The superpower of the guy, like the wind itself was like supposed to be just like a cheesy. Okay, they made a wish, but no, that's actually a prerequisite to making a wish. There has to be wind. It's just okay. Just tell me why though, at least, or I don't know. I felt so cheated. Tell me why, like how I don't know, man. Just the armor. What does the armor do? Like the wings are cool. She was able to block stuff. Then she just let it go. So what does the armor do now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the post scene, maybe she's gonna give it back. I don't know. Maybe that's what was the whole point.
That's it. So I just felt cheated. Like the entire ending was.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
That should be the headline. We were cheated. I agree.
You were cheated. Okay, I like that. I like it. Thank you, Francis, for that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it did catch on. You're totally right. It didn't feel like a lasso of lies. Yes, it did, Francis. You're totally right. It really did feel like a lasso of lies. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the loopholes for me. Like you said, Harold, and we're both the same. I could find the good in things, but dude, this one had so many loopholes that like it was ridiculous. Like what Juancho said, I'm happy he said it because like he made it very sure that you had to touch their hands physically or hold on to them, or they had to, and then it just word of mouth became the new norm for the power. It just didn't make sense. And it's just at the end too, you don't get a big fight. Like sure, she takes out Cheetah, she electrocutes her in the water. That was kind of a weird scene.
Oh yeah, why wasn't she electrocuted?
Yeah,
Is
the armor must have secret powers. I don't know.
Is she the daughter of Zeus? I forget. Is she the
That's what I'm saying. It must have been something.
She is. That's why.
But like, it was just okay. You know, but it's just like you didn't have a scene. I just didn't feel like she struggled that much. Like honestly, like the thing she struggled with was kind of like, okay, really, Diana, you're a superhero. This is natural. Like, what are you doing? You literally fought worse before. Like you fought a god.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And that's another thing, right? I thought Kristen Wiig was killed in that scene.
Oh yeah, no, she's.
She's okay. She's fine.
She's fine. She's breathing.
Oh, one of her 9 lives, probably, right?
Oh, you got it.
There it is.
It has to be it.
That's got to be it, guys.
She cheated death, you know?
Yeah, cheated death. Yeah. God, you guys, yeah, we were cheated. That was it. Death. Like I said, overall though, I mean, honestly, guys, I would say to watch it just to see. You know, you might feel different. You might like it. It started off really good. I'm telling you, had a good, strong start, and then it just went down and down and didn't stop. And
we'll give our is it worth it in a second. We'll give our is it worth it in a second. Is it worth the watch? Hold on. Before we do that, chat, don't forget, give us your thoughts on the movie as a whole in the chat right now, and we'll start reading them. Derek and Juancho will start reading your guys' thoughts on the movie, and let us know if you guys think if it's worth it as well. On my end, just to wrap my thoughts up, you know, when you have a 2-hour runtime that doesn't explain a lot, that explains a lot, right? That gives you everything you need to know. Is, you know, you could have used 2 minutes of that 2-hour runtime to tell us, once everyone renounced their wishes, the world magically came back. Like, just give us the explanation, because at the end of the day, you're setting up all of this for a payoff that doesn't come. It literally doesn't pay off, because after they renounce their wishes, it's Christmas. So, nothing. None of this in the movie was resolved, which was my biggest frustration. And I hate saying that, you know, like this. I hate saying this. It's 2 hours I'm not getting back. It was a waste of time without the payoff. There was no resolution to it. Ironically, it feels like a popcorn movie of its era, of the 80s, and it just has modern technology to give us better graphics and all that stuff. A lot of arcs on shows like The Flash, and Arrow and all their crossover events felt more satisfying than this. Which, why, right? Like, you should be able to, with the budget they had, with the star power and writing power they had, should have at least given us a satisfying ending, or an ending. Give us an ending that explains the whole movie. Because at the end of the day, you're just left with the feeling of, why did that happen? How would that work? Which is what the chat is also asking. What is the moral of the story? Because once everything's resolved, you don't even have you're not ready to win yet, right? Like, that's not even
moral story. That's true. I have no idea. Your wish, I guess. That's what it is.
Yeah, right? Don't wish. Because logic and storyline were so poorly connected that the whole experience was sloppy. Like, I don't get why I watched that movie at all, which is unfortunate because there was a lot of effort put into this. You could tell. You could really tell. And now veering away from my thoughts on Wonder Woman, I'm worried for the Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie, which Patty Jenkins is writing and directing, which is what she did for this movie. The writing for Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't the best. I think we could all agree on that. Directing could have been better, to say the least. And, you know, I get that movies are the product of an entire cast and crew. You know, she wasn't single-handedly the reason why this wasn't the best. But as the person driving this forward and leading this movie, as directors are supposed to, I lost a lot of confidence in her with this. And like King Tiger in the chat, I don't know how I feel about what she's going to do moving forward. I get that she has a love for aviation and a love for, you know, fighter pilots and all of that, which shows in this, but it wasn't translated well, and I'm worried that that'll happen in Star Wars Rogue Squadron. So, you know, my thoughts on that specific movie will be in a different Quit Stalling Geekcast, but right now, for Wonder Woman 1984, the best part of this, for me, was the Linda Carter cameo post-credits. Because that actually had a payoff. She was set up as this great warrior, Asteria. There's emotional tie-in because she was Wonder Woman back in, I think, the 80s, ironically.
80s, yeah. 1970s to 79, I think, but 80s.
Yeah.
Her one line was the most satisfying part because she says that she's been doing this for a long time. And you get that. You're like, oh, I get it. It's a pop culture reference. It's a reference to her character being hidden amongst humans this whole time. It's a reference to all the setup of her heroism being the greatest Amazonian of all time. She's the goat of Amazons. And that felt so satisfying to see her. And I was, why? Right? Because there's a payoff.
Dude, I just have to say too, like, just real quick, because I watched this with my family, and I was telling everyone, hey, we're gonna watch the Wonder Woman movie after dinner. And just Ira's mom, right? I tell her, oh, we're gonna watch Wonder Woman 1984. She literally thought it was a Wonder Woman set in she literally thought we were gonna watch an old Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, like it was filmed excited. In 1984.
Yeah. She was like, because Linda Carter was her hero. That's what Ira's mom was saying. So I was like, when I said 1984, and then we sat down and I played the movie, and she was like, no, this is new. I'm like, oh no, we're watching something. It's set in 1984. It's not gonna be Linda Carter. It's Gal Gadot. And like, she was so disappointed, and then she was like, oh, okay. And then when she saw the end, it just. She paid off. And I was just like, oh my God, it's her. Look. And it was a pretty wholesome moment. That was literally the one thing I liked about the movie.
Yeah. So. And we didn't need to watch every single Wonder Woman. Yeah, we knew. I've seen 2 episodes back in the day of the 1984 Wonder Woman, or the 1980s Wonder Woman TV series, but I didn't need all of that to have this pay off for me. I connected everything without needing to be taken out of the experience. And that was what was satisfying. This movie didn't give me any of that aside from that moment. So, yeah, it lacked. So, let's check out the chat. Derek, Juancho, what has the chat thought about the movie? And then we'll move on to how we all feel if it's worth it as a watch. And we'll justify that. So, feelings of the chat. Let's go.
Kevin, well, going off, we'll leave the moral of the story since we kind of answered that. Kevin goes, Maddox19 says, sorry. Then shouldn't Cheetah be immune also since she's asked to be like Diana? That's a very good point, Kevin.
Wait, what was that? What was that? Shouldn't she what?
Shouldn't Cheetah also be immune since
Cheetah.
To lightning.
Yeah, since she wished to be like Diana, right? So
that's
makes sense.
True.
That's a good question. King Tiger also says, Harold, make this a movie night tonight. We need commentary with that runtime.
Oh my God, I can't.
That would have been definitely more entertaining. I can almost promise you that.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be pretty funny to watch.
I like what Kevin said.
I feel like it'd be great.
Watch, say what Kevin said. I think that's pretty good.
Kevin, Maddox19 saying, bro, somewhere in Gotham, young Bruce Banner wished for his parents back and had to revoke it. No, dude.
Bruce Wayne, not Banner.
Bruce
Wayne.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Young Bruce.
Don't say it. No.
He had to wish for his parents back. No, he's out there training Everest or something at this point. There's no TV. He's good.
Oh, you think he was detached from the world at this point and didn't wish?
Yeah. That's the only reason why his parents aren't alive. And then Francis says, so ultimately the movie wasn't Gal Gadot.
It was not Gal Gadot.
Dang it.
All right.
Yeah. Spot on.
Actually, I like that. So we're talking about Gal Gadot. We kind of glossed over her because I think at this point she's felt natural enough as Wonder Woman. I don't think I had too much of a comment on her aside from the fact that it wasn't really her movie.
It's just bad writing. We all know what it is. It's nothing on her.
Yeah.
Like she did a great first movie.
The magic is definitely gone. Like when you watch the first Wonder Woman movie, and you're just not sure about this actress, and you're like, oh wow, she's amazing. There's sort of magic in that, but now she's played it a couple of times where it's kind of expected that she does well, and she does well. I think. In the movie anyway.
Like I like you don't feel the need to like talk about her performance because she's this Wonder Woman, right? She's this iteration of Wonder Woman. I don't feel the need to comment on it, which is I think a credit to her more than anything.
Yeah, no. She owns it. She's Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, she definitely won me over from the first one. It just sucks that sadly this is how it was written and what we got.
Yeah.
But one thing you can take away, chat, you'll definitely enjoy Barbara's story, if anything, I would say. It was all right. I like Barbara's part in the movie. I'd want
a Barbara story if she didn't get depowered and just became an anti-hero.
Dude, that's what I was thinking that too. Like if they had Lucifer, like they had a big bad. If they teamed up, that would have been cool. Like it's typical, but still, that would have been cool. That would have been better than we got.
Never know though, guys, because technically, right? If they didn't explain that, like technically she asked to be like Gal before he became the Stone. So if he redacted his wish, the Stone's still there somewhere and she still has powers. But she's just not a cheetah, right?
There's like some stone dust left. She just has to,
Yeah. Just get it.
Anyway, so BMO Kingamoo in the chat says also, how could everything be normal for Diana after she had a fight at the White House? Like, wouldn't she be on a list?
Oh yeah.
Definitely. That guy who has no idea what happened in the past couple of weeks, he's like in the FBI hit list right now. Yeah. He has no idea.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
She took out the cameras in the mall, but didn't bother to do it at the White House.
Dude, the White House. Yeah, no. Dude, that guy's like wanted internationally too. Like,
yeah, seriously, I feel bad for that guy, dude. Damn you, Chris! How dare you do that to that dude? Just an innocent dude, just living his life. And
then Sapi Sato in the chat says, "I've expressed enough the whole time. To be honest, my final thoughts. I loved it. It's a movie I'd love to hate. # sorry not sorry. Linda Carter was the saving grace.
Yeah.
I honestly I love hating on this movie too. It's just Wishing Stone is great. And just it could be better. It could be better.
So much better. Yeah.
Francis, need a small segment of weird plot holes and call it Makes You Wonder. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. So that's the thing, right? Is it really does make you wonder where this could have been taken, because as much as it is a comic book movie, I feel like they lean too heavily on the no one takes these movies seriously. What we appreciate about comic movies now is that they're grounded in certain ways that make them believable, right? Like the Avengers
I took
movie.
It the other way, actually.
Okay.
I felt like they didn't know whether we took it seriously or not. Because they had to put in issues, right? They had to put in the Trump stand-in, the riots, everything bad about 2020. Actually, minus the pandemic. Like, they put it in this movie, and that's something you take seriously. It's like, oh, and like maybe, wishing isn't enough to make it better. Maybe, I don't know, like if you take it seriously, right? But then it's also very ridiculous.
Look at you.
So it like this movie didn't have that ground. Like, is it serious? Is it not? Like, they didn't catch the audience, I think. So.
definitely.
No,
I agree on your last point. And yeah, I just wish they knew their own direction, right? They didn't know if it was going to be serious. They didn't know if it was going to be funnier. It's like they were trying to find, they're still trying to find the formula that Marvel's kind of nailed, which is unfortunate. I want them to pick a lane, but sometimes you can't catch lightning in a bottle like the other company has.
No.
And
you can only catch it with a lasso, apparently. So.
Oh my god!
The lightning reflexes. God.
Oh my word! So, yeah, not the best outing for DC and Gal Gadot. Derek, I think it's time for us to judge whether we think it's worth it or not. Do you want to kick us off? Who wants to? I
Sure,
can start.
I can start it. I can start it.
Go.
I don't mind. If you have HBO Max and you can watch it for free, why not? You're not wasting anything. But if you're planning to go to a movie theater, which you probably shouldn't anyways, don't go out. Be safe. I would definitely say do not waste your money if it costs you. I feel like you could wait. I just don't think it's worth it. There's honestly, especially if you're like a big DC guy and you're wondering if it might tie into other movies, there's really nothing in the movie except probably the last post-credit scene that could maybe lead into something else. So for me, it's a no, sadly.
Not worth the watch.
Not worth the watch for me.
Thank you to Sapi Sato.
I'm sorry.
No place for the subs. Oh, sorry, Derek, go.
I'll say it's worth the watch just because of Kristen Wiig. For me.
Oh, okay.
I personally like her, and she made me laugh here and there. So why not? Just for that.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm reading out all these names, but it's Ran Sushu feeling the holiday spirit, gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
My man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, he gifted me a sub. For shame.
Oh,
For shame.
That's so good.
Nice.
Wow, you even gifted DZ a sub.
Yes,
I know.
you guys use those emotes, guys. Use them.
Oh, spam the emotes, team. Let's do it.
Oh my god, can I finally use my own emote?
Spam the
you
Sense
can.
Haze. Spam the Sense Haze,
my
Jack.
God.
Spam the Sense Haze.
Okay.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Is it the actual first time?
Dude, I only have like one Twitch Prime sub, and it's kind of with Sensei, so.
Damn, thank you, Francis. That's ridiculous.
What a Benji, because I missed
Appreciate
those worth it.
I appreciate you, Francis. Yeah, this
Thank
made
you,
this
Francis.
episode
Man,
worth
you're
it.
awesome, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Francis.
All the wonder
Thank you, dude.
turn into jolly joy. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
First show back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely watch it. Welcome back. All
See
right.
what happens when you
super
come
quick.
back?
All right, chat. Let us know. Do you guys think it's worth it? Not the subs, but the movie. Is it worth a watch? Juancho, before I let you do it, I'm gonna tee off. I agree with Derek. If you have a way to watch this, and if you have the 2 hours, go ahead. But honestly, for me, unfortunately, as much as I want to say it's worth it, for me, it's not worth it. I won't watch this again. And it was a relief for a year that didn't give us any superhero movies past the pandemic, even though we were slated to have movies like Black Widow. But this movie itself barely passes as entertaining. And it pains me to say that because I want these movies to succeed. I want these movies to be taken seriously by so many people, like Martin Scorsese. Unfortunately, I don't care about his opinion anymore. Oh, that sounded too harsh, but no, I just want people to take these seriously because, it gives us performances like Robert Downey Jr. in Endgame. There are payoffs that are worth getting. And this movie, I don't see it paying off because it didn't give us a finale worth subscribing to. And I use subscribing in many different ways, whether it's believing in something or actually paying for the subscription of HBO Max. This doesn't give you any reason to do that, and that sucks. Again, because I know there's a lot of effort that came into this. It just isn't worth it. All that being said, I hope they shake this off and shrug it off and do an actual good Wonder Woman movie, because there's potential there, and it's still untapped. There's a lot that you can still do with the character and the actress before it, age takes its toll and time. I just hope they don't see this as a reflection. If the numbers are bad, I hope they don't use this as a reflection of the model that they're doing, uploading these movies to be watched on a subscription with HBO Max, because this is not the best movie to base it off of.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm scared for
so
that too, honestly.
yeah. Final verdict for me is not worth it. Juancho, is it worth it for you?
The 2-hour, 20-minute movie is not worth it. Like, the movie in it, like, if you don't have HBO Max, don't get HBO Max just to watch this.
Yeah.
I would even if if you were like some kind of person who likes to raid the seas, you know what I mean? Arg. I don't think it's worth that time.
Let's call it wanna Luffy it.
It's but the thing is, I enjoyed certain scenes. Like, certain scenes were beautiful. I like the mall scene when she was stopping the mall. When she was flying, I love that. I love when she was trying to fly. I liked when she was swinging around lightning. I don't mind. It was beautiful to watch. Heck, the invisible jet scene when they went through the fireworks and then above it, that was nice to watch. So what I'd say is, it's not worth 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it's definitely worth 30 minutes of YouTubing all the different scenes that I've just said. And I like 30 minutes is good, but man, it could have definitely been better.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Oh man. So, what has the chat told us, guys? How do they feel like it's worth it?
Sensei Face, Juancho Face, Herald Vol, a ton of those. Francis says Insta DZ lurking. Diego, are you in here? Are you in here? King Tiger says raise the black flag. I totally agree with you, except maybe not for this movie. Trust me, it's not worth it. Just YouTube the scenes. And then Sapisado, same comment as me. She agrees with me. Awesome. And just thanks Francis for all the gifted subs. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Thank you, Francis. All right, I think that's it. Anyone else? Do you guys think? Let us know if Wonder Woman 1984 is worth it for you. You may not agree with us. Give us your points in the chat. Let us know what lifted it above the rest for you. All right, and we're so curious to find out. But for now, Derek, before we wrap up the show, we wanted to talk about the Star Wars Holiday Special. And
oh yes, that is true.
This is a 44-minute romp through the galaxy. Juancho, I know you haven't seen this yet.
No, it's fine.
So
it's just kind of a.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Derek. Go.
Oh no, it's just kind of like a very short 40-minute special, guys. By the way, came out for the holidays, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So if you guys have not heard about this, Star Wars and Lego, as they have in the past, have collaborated on a movie to. Sorry, that always gets me. For a Christmas treat, they've done the old Star Wars Holiday Special. Derek, Juancho, you guys are familiar with that, with the whole Wookiee Life Day.
Yes.
Not the most beloved film in the Star Wars franchise, but a lot of people remember
than the trilogy. The same.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. Life Day. The original Star Wars Holiday Special brought us to Kashyyyk, the home planet of the Wookiees. This is in the same vein, where we celebrate Life Day on Kashyyyk with Chewie and his family, along with Rey, Finn, and the rest of the crew. This movie is actually set after the events of The Rise of Skywalker. So this is technically the first movie we get with Rey as Rey Skywalker. really brief thoughts on this, Derek, because
for sure.
Yeah.
Same.
Kick
It's
us off, buddy.
very short, guys. It's cute. Definitely made for kids. It's interesting. It gave me a couple giggles here and there. I probably what Juancho said. I still enjoyed it quite a bit, probably more than I did the trilogy. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'd say it's worth the watch. It's especially if you're a Star Wars fan. I'm sure you'll find little things here and there. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool, or that's kind of cute. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Overall.
I too enjoyed it, buddy, and for the following reasons, right? So again, it's a neat little 40-minute movie. It is targeted towards younger viewers, like Derek said. I feel like it dumbs things down a little bit, but at the same time, you need to have knowledge of all Star Wars movies to fully appreciate it, and this is why. Derek, it goes into the past, right? We see various iterations of the Star Wars galaxy. So from
guess we'll call it the Ezra tool in the show, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect thing. So Rey travels back in time using a key, like a crystal that serves as the key to the past. So she's able to witness things like Yoda training Luke. She sees things like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan in Phantom Menace as the room is being filled with gas to poison them.
For the droid,
the very first time we see Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
There's
is the
a scene
key
where
canon now? Just out of curiosity. Is this
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I doubt it. But yeah, there's a scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin. And Rey stumbling into Luke Skywalker as he's about to blow up the Death Star. Sorry, I'm losing my words here at this point. And I think the most satisfying thing for me here is it progresses the storyline where we actually see Rey trying to train Finn, because as we kind of got from the book version of The Rise of Skywalker, Finn is actually force sensitive. And she's trying to figure out how to be a good master to Finn and train him in the ways of the Force. I know that it's a holiday special that probably won't be canon, but what I like about this is there are a lot of things they could pull from to redeem certain characters. Whether it's directly as a sequel to The Rise of Skywalker, where you have it as a Disney Plus thing, or if we go timey-wimey and start from The Force Awakens moving forward, which I would prefer. I kind of want them to erase everything after The Force Awakens. And it gives you those plots that can be served. Because it deals with, like we said, the time travel that Ezra and Ahsoka kind of discovered. The time traveling... I don't know how to... Yeah, the portals, I guess, is how you could call it, right? The Magic Circle world. And it actually gives you a better sense of Rey, Finn, Rose, and I want to say Puck, but that's not his name. What's his name?
Poe?
Shoot. Poe, thank you. Poe.
Oh, I wasn't sure you were referencing. I was like, wait, who's
like Puck?
Yeah, no, so that's the thing, right? It gives you a better sense of them as family in the same way that Luke, Leia, and Han were. That we didn't get from the movies, because that's what they were supposed to be portrayed as, right? Like, these guys are forced together by circumstance and they form a bond, and that's what happened with Luke, Han, and Leia, and everyone else, and Chewie. But we were able to believe that better, even Lando, because there were time skips in between. We didn't get the time skip between The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, so it was harder to believe that they grew a bond, and this serves that way better. I think that, with better dialogue and maybe a Disney Plus sort of rewrite, we could actually get better appreciation for these characters who weren't given justice, especially Rose Tico. Rose Tico was done so dirty by the dialogue that the entire Star Wars fandom has allowed her to become relegated to a side character. Finn was relegated to a side character, which was actually disgusting for me.
Yeah.
There was so much for Finn that this movie is actually trying to bring forward. And there are a lot of beats here that can be taken, even though it is a fun time made for kids. But there's so much here that, with the power of Disney Plus, can be explored in the future. And I want them to bring back Rey. I want them to bring back these characters and actually do them justice. And this movie kind of not lays an exact blueprint, but gives you kind of, a tease for that. A little bit of hope. Yeah. So I like that.
I don't want Rey back. I don't want any of them back. Sorry.
I agree with you, Harold, with the fact that I liked besides the short and being for kids, it was kind of cool to see the idea. It made sense, like Rey training Finn, and she didn't know anything, right? Because everyone's pretty much gone, so she had to go back in time and kind of figure out, trying to learn little things from these moments and to help him, which made, it would have been a cool thing to incorporate into the main trilogy, but sadly, it didn't happen.
Maybe she had that magic key this entire time, dude. That's why she's so good.
Okay, so that's the thing. Like King Tiger in the chat is saying, think of it as multiverses for Star Wars, because this isn't canon. And I agree. This shouldn't be canon. But there's room for it to be turned into something good. Just like how Thrawn wasn't necessarily canon. You could write out a story that allows him to work with what we have now. Or just rewrite the entire, sequel lineup.
Yeah.
Give us Leia with the digital face, like they did at Rise of Skywalker. Give us Luke with the digital face, like they've done.
I don't even know how I would feel about that if they, at this point, I just feel like you can't really fix the trilogy. Like if they rewrote it, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like a Snyder cut for Star Wars. I think I think you just try to redeem it with another trilogy that's new and fresh.
I'm not ready for this rabbit hole, guys.
Okay, that's totally fine.
We talked about it last week too. They should. For now, the shows are good. Just keep the shows going. The shows are doing really well. Yeah. Honestly, they're doing super well.
Yeah.
So just keep it that way for now. Yeah. Take your time, God, please.
Okay.
But then the Lego thing looks cool though.
It was cute. It was definitely cute.
I want to check it out. I did cringe a bit when I saw Rose and Finn together karaokeing. That was what?
Just ignore what you think of Rose and just embrace this, and Rose will be think of Rose as a different character. That's all you should do.
I'm gonna imagine it as it was actually the hotter sister that lived.
Oh my God, you misogynist!
No, because she actually did something, guy. She killed herself for the rebellion.
You didn't have to objectify her by calling her the hotter sister. You could have just said the sister that did more.
She literally, what was her name?
It would have been useful if you learned it before you called her out. No, I love this. Derek, for what it was, I'd say it's worth a watch. I wouldn't say take the time out of your day to
Yeah, it's good.
But if you got nothing to do, if you want to have something in the background that's Star Wars, there's worse stuff you could have.
Yeah, there is.
Derek, how about you? Is it worth it for you?
No, yeah, I 100% agree that it's worth the watch. Taking your time out of the day, maybe not, but if you're just kind of sitting at home and you're carrying a little bit of Star Wars, a little bit of funny Star Wars, cute stuff, this is definitely the right movie. Like I said, it's not serious, guys. There's so much humor. There's the Palpatine and Kylo Ren moments are hilarious. So it's they actually reference stuff from the trilogy. So I like what they did with it. They did a good job for a kids movie, so definitely worth the watch for me.
Excellent. So guys, check it out. The Star Wars Lego Holiday Special is out on Disney Plus and so much more. Feel free to indulge yourself in something that's post-sequel trilogy and won't make you want to tear your eyes out. All right. King Tiger says that pretty much makes all Star Wars fans be satisfied. Yeah. I just want them to focus on the now, and if they want to rewrite the future, we have an entire expanded universe they could dip in from. Jason and Jaina Solo,
You never know what could happen. I mean, honestly, last year they said they were going to slow down, and we got like 10 new titles coming out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? But
it's an ever-changing world.
As long as it's by John and Dave.
Ooh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And then we trust.
Cool. Yeah.
2, there always is. All right, guys, let's freaking end this episode because it's been great. I loved how we actually all agreed on something for once.
Oh no, I totally love the Wonder Woman movie, guys. Loved it. Great. Wishing Stone.
Wishing Stone. All right, guys, we're going to end the show here. We want to thank everyone, every single one of you in the chat, and everyone who continues to support us here on Quit Stalling, like Ferran Sishu, for checking out this episode, and we hope you enjoyed as well, even though you probably didn't enjoy Wonder Woman 1984. All right, guys. All our most recent followers deserve a shout out, like Bachita, Ian the Defiant, Darklord422, Andre4015, Caramel Mel, Tet the One True God, Toxic Draven, Down with Fun, Booty Knight, and Satan_the Devil. Juancho, it's been a while. Do you wanna read out our subscriber list?
Sure. Our top subscriber with 26 subs is Ranshishu. Not surprised. We should add more to that actually, since he just gifted a ton.
Yeah, our top 2 are actually tied, Juancho. Human Panda as well.
Oh yeah, sorry. Human Panda is also number 1. You're right. 26. Yes. They're both 26, but Francis might be like 31. But I think Human Panda is also gifted a line. But yeah,
that's right. That's right.
Bimo King of Ooh, close third with 25, followed by Miko P, Nerf Diva, Sensei Humor, Notorious KGM, Nope_plays, Insta DZ, Iron Hammer Stream, Zeal Fox, Denunci, Wisai's, Neogear, Numali, Zeppi Buns. It's Markles Sturber. It's Markle. Mark Lesterby, thank you. The
Same
Fury Bot, King_Tiger_105, and Sapi Sato.
Yeah,
baby. As long as you sub to us one time. Thanks, guys. Means a lot.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you as well for those that cheer on the bits for us. In the new year, we'll actually have rewards for those who cheer on bits. So, keep your eyes out for that. And of course, our channel points will be redeemable very soon as well. Derek, you and I, we got to brainstorm some unique ones for this, so that you don't, have to do 700 push-ups on this show as well.
Please,
oh God.
You guys, please. I can barely do 10, dude, on mine, but I don't know how. God.
Well, you are amazing, Derek. That's how you could do it.
Thanks. So
Derek.
Yes.
What are the avenues people can follow Quit Stalling on the internet with?
You guys want to hang out with my fellow grasshoppers, you guys can catch me on my Twitch at Sensei Humor. I'm actually doing a giveaway at the end of the year, so if you guys are followed, or excuse me, if you guys are subbed by the end of the year, I'm giving away 2 $50 Amazon gift cards, so just, go ahead and stop by there if you want. If not, enjoy. There's a follower one coming up too, but I also have my Twitter, which is Sensei Humor _, and I also have my Instagram and YouTube, which is at Sensei Humor. But you guys might be catching me playing with Herald. Maybe some Phasmophobia and WoW in the next coming week, so be sure to check that out. But yes, other than me, Juancho, where can they find you, my friend?
Well, before me, let's tell the folks at home where you can find this podcast. You can find us
with
our Twitter or Facebook, Quit Stalling Us, or for our Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube channel, it's just Quit Stalling.
That's right. Thank you, Juancho. Thank you so much.
That's in the end close off. I have an excuse for that. We do that in the closing statements. Come on, man.
And I do also want to remind people that you guys can listen to the podcast on Spotify, whether it be the Quit Stalling Geekcast or GameBite as well. So, Juancho, you specifically, sir, now that we've moved past that, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
You can find me at my Twitter, which is at Saldana Juancho, or my Instagram, which is at Juancho Saldana. It's not really gamer stuff. You're literally just going to see pictures of my kids and maybe some toys. I don't really stream, but I like to guest in people's stream. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't really been playing anything. But maybe in the future.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. And yeah, we always love having you play with us, Juancho. Whether it's Phasmophobia or some Quiplash, which we still have to set up with a Maddox. Maddox, you still there? We got to set that up.
I have my Jackbox 6 and 7 at the ready whenever.
Yeah. And of course, you guys can catch me at Herald Plays on Twitter and on Instagram, bringing you some news here and there, some pop culture news, maybe things I've watched recently, like Ted Lasso. You guys seen Ted Lasso yet? It's good. It's good. Love it. Love it. Yeah, at Herald Plays, Twitter, Instagram. Check that out. You can catch me on Game Bite as well, Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Manila. That's about 5:30 a.m. Pacific. It's a good time. It's a good time. That's about it. I think we're ready to wrap things up. Yeah, I think we're good. Derek, why don't you cue us out, buddy?
All right, guys. As you all know, this is where you usually plug in our stuff. So if you guys make sure you drop a follow on our Twitter and Facebook, Quit Stalling Us, as you can see below the screen, and please subscribe to our YouTube and Instagram at Quit Stalling. Thank you very much. But of course, guys, we'll be here, same bat time, same bat channel. So next week, get off your butts and quit stalling. Happy New Year's, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone else. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Save your wishes.